Between 2026 and 2028, the global economy crossed a critical threshold. Artificial intelligence stopped acting as a helpful tool for humans and became a direct structural substitute for white-collar labor. In a window of just 24 months, over half of all jobs in the United States are being heavily modified or eliminated entirely. Past waves of automation replaced physical labor on factory floors. This current wave targets cognitive, administrative, and creative work, placing middle-aged professionals, managers, and executives squarely in the crosshairs of rapid displacement. This graph illustrates the true scale of the crisis. It tracks the labor force participation rate, the percentage of the population actually working or looking for work. Notice how the official unemployment rate stays mostly flat, masking the reality of the participation rate dropping to 61%. Millions of displaced workers aren't registering as unemployed. They are simply becoming completely disenfranchised and exiting the labor pool altogether. The global market is rapidly commoditizing human intelligence. Advanced degrees and years of cognitive capability no longer guarantee economic safety. To see how quickly this cognitive automation moves, look at the creative sector. Commercial production pipelines that used to require entire teams of editors and visual effects artists are now entirely digital workflows. A timeline assembles itself, automatically generating multiple shots and matching lip syncs in seconds. Entertainment platforms are evolving into something called Playable Movies. Instead of passively watching a linear show, audiences use tools like Showrunner AI to actively remix scenes, insert their own characters, and generate infinite narrative variations. Major studios are scrambling to adapt. They're bypassing traditional film schools to hire internet-native creators. Acquiring a YouTube creator with millions of subscribers means acquiring a proven talent and a massive built-in distribution network all at once. Studio executives at Lionsgate have publicly compared these AI-native filmmakers to visionary pioneers like Sofia Coppola. Established industry veterans argue there is a hard limit to this synthetic media. Prominent figures, including Ben Affleck, point out that while algorithms can perfectly render pixels, they lack the actual lived trauma, memory, and emotional depth required to create truly resonant art. The cost of generating a photorealistic scene has plummeted to near zero, but creating art that genuinely moves an audience still demands authentic human vulnerability. Zooming out from Hollywood, the pursuit of hyper-efficiency creates a terrifying mathematical problem. When every corporation rationally chooses to automate its workforce, the broader economy enters a collision course. This diagram illustrates what economists call the Intelligence Displacement Spiral. A company deploys AI to automate white-collar tasks, slashing payroll costs and boosting profit margins. But firing knowledge workers, the primary drivers of discretionary spending, collapses consumer demand across the entire system. This creates a phenomenon known as ghost GDP. Corporate productivity and profit margins soar on paper due to machine efficiency, but household consumption completely evaporates. AI agents don't buy groceries, take vacations, or pay income taxes. A sudden drop in household consumption exposes massive systemic fragilities. If historically reliable prime borrowers suddenly lose their incomes, the $18 trillion U.S. mortgage market faces an immediate deflationary debt trap. Corporations are achieving infinite synthetic abundance, yet they are mathematically destroying the very consumer base required to purchase those goods and services. This economic spiral is causing acute psychological trauma. Mental health professionals have identified a new clinical pathology, artificial intelligence replacement dysfunction, or AIRD. Displaced workers are now arriving in therapy with chronic insomnia, severe existential distress, and a total loss of occupational identity. Everything that anchored their self-worth and societal standing has been erased. Many highly paid experts, software engineers, strategic marketers, lawyers, are forced to take bridge jobs just to survive financially. They sit at computers annotating data to train the very AI systems that took their careers. The unmitigated pursuit of technological efficiency bankrupts the middle class, while actively traumatizing them by stripping away their societal purpose. Preventing total societal collapse requires radical systemic interventions. Proposed corporate policies include establishing public wealth funds to distribute AI dividends directly to citizens, and subsidizing a 32-hour workweek to spread the remaining labor across more people. Governments are also stepping in. The European Union has implemented legislation mandating strict human oversight over algorithmic management systems, legally ensuring that AI cannot fire or discipline human workers without transparent review. Global financial and humanitarian institutions are attempting to correct the course by redirecting artificial intelligence towards solving structural inequalities, like optimizing global food supply chains, rather than simply concentrating wealth. On an individual level, survival means leaning into the human-to-human or H2H economy. As the cost of producing synthetic intelligence drops to zero, authentic human connection and friction command a massive premium. Surviving professionals treat AI strictly as a drafting partner. They let the machine handle the raw output, while they sell their empathy, complex stakeholder negotiation, and strategic taste. We cannot outcompute the machine. Economic and psychological survival in the intelligence age requires taxing synthetic efficiency to fund safety nets, ultimately liberating us to elevate authentic human connection.